Hello, dear CNM Africa Set viewers and followers. Thank you very much for watching us from home and from any kind of platform from which you're watching us. Today it is again a big pleasure to have this show that is called Sunu School. And as I often tell you, Sunu School is a show that is created so that we can promote together education in Senegal and especially the English language. Today, I'm going to tell you my pride to welcome on this set two brothers, two friends, and two colleagues. They are, as I say, my brothers. We have been working together for years now. We know each other, and it is a very big pleasure and a very big honor to have them on this set because since a long time, or for a long time, sorry, we have been working together and we consider one another as brothers, colleagues, and friends. I have this honor to have them on this set. And I think that you will recognize them because they are the jury of the budding juniors we organized the last year. It is a pleasure to have them. As far as they are teachers, they are members of the team, and they are actors also of education, and they always promote education in Senegal, and especially the English language. It is a pleasure to have them today on this set. Thank you very much. Mr. Nyinga, how are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Tar. Good morning, everybody. I am Mr. Nying. I am an English teacher, so I am very happy and very glad to be here, to discuss with a very topical topic with our beloved Mr. Tap. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nying. On my right and on my left, I have another brother, Mr. So. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Tal. It's a huge pleasure to meet you again. You and my dear colleague, Mr. Nying. Yeah, it's been a while we haven't seen each other. Today is a great pleasure to see you, and I do appreciate the work that you have been doing so far to improve English language. Thank you very much, and thank you for having here, right?
Okay, thank you very much. So you have seen that they are big teachers. They are my colleagues, but I recognize that they express themselves very fluently in English. So it will be a very good set today and a wonderful one. So I'm going to start my question with Mr. Nying. Mr. Nying, if you become an English teacher, it means that you have done a very hard job in the past. My first question is, how did you do to become an English teacher? Because there are other school subjects at school. You could become a math teacher, French teacher, but you became an English teacher. How did you do?
Oh, okay. Nice to hear you asking me this question. This is a very important question. So when I try to explain you how I became a teacher, I remind you something very important as an anecdote. When I was younger, when I was in the middle school, I always kill myself just to get new words. And I always put in my mind that when I will grow up, I will be a teacher, an English teacher, because I always frequent the English club where I do my studies. I make new friends there. And I always put in my mind that in the life, when you want to go forward, you must take your responsibilities. Okay. That's for why I always bear in my mind that only frequenting club can get me, where I want to set my foot. Okay. And I knew at a very early age that, when somebody want to, navigate a language, whatever the language, only vocabulary can be the key. Okay. And that's for why I always, killed myself just to get new words from any documents, from any books. And believe me when I tell you that when we had some texts, French, geography, or history, even on the eve of this text, I couldn't help myself, reading English book or trying to find new words. I even had some friends who always joked me. They played trick on me saying that you are crazy. How dare you prepare a text, a mathematic text, and you let yourself, trying to find new words or in English or something like this. But I knew deeply in myself that, a man will reap only what he sow. As you know, a great singer say, you reap what you sow. And you know, all the sacrifice that I made, all the hard choice that I took, you know, so it is thanks to that, you know, so now I can be called an English teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. It means that you have done a very good job in the past.
Yeah.
You have made sacrifices.
Yes.
In the past,
Yes.
during all your studies.
During all my studies. From, I mean, the 6th class to upper 6th, everybody, every student, they knew me. Okay. Why they knew me? Because I didn't hide myself. I didn't, like any responsibilities. Whatever the responsibilities, being a president, being a vice president, or whatever else, I saw my hand. You know, I attended at any time the English club. And let me tell you something. Where I live is very far from where I did my studies. You know, I worked around 3 or 4 kilometers, 4 miles, just to join from my village to the school where I did my studies. So all these can be considered as sacrifice. But I knew that sacrifice only early, you know, will become something very important in the future.
Okay, very important. So I am happy for the sacrifices you do, because it is not very frequent, very usual to see someone who made these sacrifices, these lot of sacrifices at the early age. Because when you did that, you were very young. Yeah. But as you said, yeah, in your speech, I would say, if you know where you want to go, you will know the sacrifices, the necessary sacrifices you're going to make so that you can reach your goal. Oh, that's very good. We're going to come back on you because you have talked about English clubs. Yeah. That's very important, yeah. English clubs. Okay, let me go to Mr. So. Mr. So, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked you to Mr. Nying. How did you do to become, I would say, an American teacher, I would say? Because everybody loves your way of speaking English. That's very nice, your way of speaking English.
No,
you're not.
Yes.
you're different from me. Yes. How did you do?
Maybe I'm just trying to imitate them, but I'm not an American teacher. I'm just a Senegalese people and proud to be, right? Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, I start learning. It's a little bit freaky and awkward at the same time, because when I was in the middle school, I was not good at English at all, and I did not like it. I'm telling you. So I started liking English, and when I was in the 4th grade in Troisième, so there I started learning English, you see, and I had a very nice teacher and a very, welcome teacher who helped me to learn. And I had English documents in which I learned lots of English expression in grammar. Words, vocabularies and grammar rules there. And I use also to grasp a lot of, English sentences, so that I could work on my, my pronunciations, my ways of speaking. Either it might be, a British one or American one. So after also, I joined English clubs. I remember it was in Malta. There, I was a little bit afraid. I've been given a role to play, but at the very beginning, I accept. And once it come to, going to play the role, at the end, I finally, stayed back, you see, because I was afraid. I was overwhelmed, afraid. I didn't want. So in high school, there I started, focusing deeply on English and the like, and I started speaking English. You see, thanks to the researches I did, and also the extent that I did with my friends, my classmates, and teachers. And I was very lucky to have, nice teachers who loved him a lot, who was, giving me confidence, giving me opportunity to do what I want to do in English, and who was, following me, watching me at any time when it's come to English tests or English classes. At any time, they pointed out me to give me confidence, to motivate me to do. So this, and after this, when I got my baccalaureate or so, I was in the English department. So there I studied also, focusing, doing my best, going doing from the Eve to the H and doing my best. And I used also to go to the English library. There we organized a lot of, contests in terms of grammar, in terms of expressions, taking the floor in front of people. So there I trained myself in terms of speaking and writing also. Yes, and after university, I said, why? Well, what about going and sharing my knowledge? There I started the love of teaching. And that I started doing evening classes with, doing classes on the homes there. I was paid. And, years later, I applied for a job in a, English, in a school. There I hired as a teacher, and I did teaching. Yes, that's where, teaching comes from me. And I did love English, shared it also with my colleagues and friends also. That's where it comes from, my deep love in English. Yes.
And also the way you pronounce it. It was a tough work.
Yes, that was very, very tough at the very beginning because I lacked to structure, to make sentences in English.
Okay.
But I did believe in myself by saying that sooner or later I will come. I will reach on my goals. By watching,
Movies or cartoons.
movies, by watching, videos in English, yes, and also doing lots of, trainings. Yes, lots of training. And I, as you said, I did my best, doing, sacrifice myself.
I want to say that sacrifices, it's that.
It's called rehearse. I rehearse a
Yes,
lot.
yes.
I rehearse a lot. I used to lock to myself in my room and being in front of the mirror and pronounce it a lot.
You have a text and you read it several
Yes,
times.
I read it several times. An anecdote also, even my father think that I was a little bit crazy because I was talking to myself. When it come to the client in my room, my father was a little bit astonishing and would say, hey, why are you talking to yourself and tell my father, I need something to learn.
Yes, I'm learning.
But this that it works now. Everybody appreciate the words, and that's it, right?
Okay.
Only work pays. Right?
Yes, only work pays. Only work pays. Right. That is the secret. Only work pays.
Yes.
I often say, even today morning, I think that I have talked about that in a classroom where I was. I was telling to students that you cannot be a football player and stay at home knowing that you can play football and you don't train. You wait until the day of the match and you want to get into the playground and play for about 90 minutes. It's not possible. It's not possible. You have to train yourself. If you want also to speak English fluently as Mr. So and Mr. Nying, you have to make sacrifices. You have to train yourself. Yes. So as teachers, so just being a teacher is an opportunity. But apart from being a teacher, what other opportunity did you have from English?
Oh, yeah. These opportunities are too many. Yes. So first of all, I can recall you an anecdote too, because 5 years ago, I was recruited by a German enterprise, that had an agency here in Dakar, around Yoff. But, I was supposed to do a translation job. They paid me because it's me who was supposed to translate what they said in English. They had some customers who didn't understand English or French. You see? But then they were from, Egypt. Yes. But they speak English or Arabic language. I was recruited only to do the translation from English to French. You see? But there were some other people also, or other employees, who did the translation from Arab to Wolof or French like this. You see? So if I had this opportunity, if I wouldn't, if I couldn't speak English, I wouldn't have such a job. Yes. So English had given me such opportunities. You see, as somebody who had a lot of responsibilities, a lot of home responsibilities. If we stay alone without having any kind of job, we will suffer, but our family members also will suffer.
Will suffer, yes.
You see, that's why I got this job thanks to, a little bit knowing that I have from this.
Yes, English.
Yes. Second opportunities too. You see, I remember when I first came here at university to do my study. You see, because I was in English department, as you used to say. So knowing that it's me who, led the English club where I did my study, I was, a godfather. You see?
Okay,
Because
the
I was
godfather.
dedicated at that year, the English club, festivity or ceremony.
Wow, that
I
was
left
wonderful.
Dakar
That
early,
was wonderful.
and I went there. I was welcomed.
Welcomed, yes.
Warmly,
Warmly, yes.
warm welcome.
Yes,
Sure.
sure.
I was honored, respected, and I was given so many gifts.
Yes.
In which I can notice or I can list, some novels, English novels, because they knew deeply in themselves that I am an English lover. That's for why they dedicate me that, that festivity, and they gave me a lot of gifts, and in front of everybody I did a speech, just to motivate them, just to encourage them. I did the speech in English, These are two kind of opportunities that I seized from English language.
Yes, that was very great. I think that day to make those who are there know that it is possible.
Yes.
You are a young student at the university, and you are the godfather of this great event because you did a big job there when you were there.
Yes.
That was very honorable.
Yes. And they all, could witness. All the effort that I made. Because they knew before that festivity, who is this Nying? Because, my name, hanged around over there. Yes, knowing that, sometime we did the tour in the, from classroom to classroom, just to pass some news, telling them that, we're going to organize something, or the club is planning.
Meaning that your identity, your personal identity,
Yeah.
goes together with English.
Exactly.
Whenever people looks at you, they think about English.
Yeah. Yes, and moreover, I first, did, stream.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But
And you become an English teacher?
Yeah, because the love, that I had in the direction of this language was,
makes you change your direction.
Yeah.
Yo,
I veer.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Instead
God.
of continuing doing S stream, I said to myself, if I continue, loving, or doing this S stream, once I get my diploma, my O-level,
My degree,
I want to be, I won't have the possibility,
Yes.
once at university, to continue learning English.
And I will let aside my feelings.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
I
I
understand.
every time think about how to become an English teacher.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you.
I am going to tell to our viewers and followers.
Yeah.
I think that it is now 4 or 5 years we have been working together, but I have never known that from you.
Yeah.
You have been, you
Some
were
of
in
our
series?
followers, they can witness that.
Okay.
Second, you see, I did S stream, and the Laos 6, yes,
Yes.
Laos 6 also.
Second,
But it reminded me to do the upper 6 class, and I analyze,
Yes.
deeply in my
Deeply
mind.
in your mind.
Because
And
it
your
was
personal
about
ambition.
time, it was the time for me, to save this occasion,
Yes.
to avail myself from the English language.
Okay.
Because if I missed this opportunity, never and never, I would have
It
this
will be
possibility.
a regret for all your life.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh
Because
my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
That's life,
Yes.
Yeah.
You are very great. You are a great man. And so you, Mr. So, how did you do to? Sorry, not how did you do, but apart from being a very good English teacher, what other opportunities do you have from English?
Yeah, so thanks to English, I have lots of opportunities. I remember I have ever worked in an Indian company where I was, the translator and the interpreter also. It was in Chase, and it gave me lots of experiences to exchange with different people. People are very different. The way American people are speaking, the way British are speaking, the way Indian are speaking, New Zealand people are speaking.
The way Salom are
Yeah,
speaking
the way
also
Salom is speaking
is
is
different.
very different,
Yes.
right? Then it gave me opportunity also, not only to practice my English and also to know the other way to speak English with the Recently, I was called somewhere with American militaries, and I was in charge also to be the translator, you see, and the interpreter also. And there was what is frequently also is they did appreciate my English level. As native speakers, they could not realize that if there is some people who never been to US, who never been to
yes,
England.
yes,
People,
sometimes, yes.
you know, they ask the question, where did you learn English? I never been to US. I never even to the Gambia. I was Senegalese in the Senegalese borders. I never been to there. I never been to outside of Senegal. You see, here I learn English from kindergarten to high school and the university also, you see. And just to say that we do appreciate the way we're learning English and don't underestimate our level in English or literacy. You see, another opportunity is also, thanks to English, I did a translation. I earned, you know, money, not a lot of money, but just
Yes.
money, you see.
Yes, you earn money.
Because sometimes I've been called to translate some, you know, birth certificates, police certificates, you know. So, you know, if people need to apply for visa and they needed to do the translation, sometimes you've been called. Okay, those kind of opportunities English gives me, frankly speaking, and it opens lots of doors. I know many people thanks to English, and you have a tight relationships.
The
really,
content is also it is very important.
yeah,
Yes.
and contacts also. It opens lots of doors, you know, as English speakers, right? So this is why we have to learn. This is why we have to spend lots of time, devote our time to learn English. It's good. It's a key to success, as saying.
Yes,
right.
The key to succeed. The key to succeed and to be open.
Yeah, to be open also.
For everywhere you go.
Yeah. In terms of communication also, mainly in online, you know, I mean in the internet also. If you need a communication, you don't need if you are English speaker, it's gonna be easy for you.
Very easy.
It's gonna be very easy for you. You communicate easily and very open.
open.
Doors are open to you. You see, this is why I said, thanks to English, I know lots of people, I discover lots of people, and something also that, you know, still keeps my mind. You see, when I was called in in Novotel there to do a kind of translation. It was my first experience, but I discovered lots of things. There I met interpreter over there. You know, he showed me lots of ways to do interpretations.
Okay.
You see,
That's
you know, we do it by ourselves, but we're not expert of that.
Yes.
But thanks to English, I met this guy, and he showed me the way how to do and give me lots of technical things to do it.
Especially techniques.
Yes, this is why what I said right back. It opens lots of doors in terms of communication opportunities.
Whenever you have English, I often say that whenever you have English in your bag, whenever you knock at the door, very often it is opened.
It is open.
Very often it is open.
And you earn lots of things also, right? Knowledge, money, and relationships.
And relationship, especially relationship.
Yeah, especially
because we are together. We are called to live together. And if you have English, I think that this is a kind of connect between you and the others. Yes. And I'm going to stay with you, Mr. So. My following question is what you did a moment ago with the end of your speech about the question I asked you. It is about the role of English in the communication of the world. We were talking about that. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, it plays an outstanding role. Because wherever you go, so speaking English is the widest spread. It is outstanding. It's widest spread. It is spoken wherever you go.
Okay.
You know, make sure that you have to be a bilingual. You have to be an English speaker to succeed in your life. Because I've been called too many of my friends who I grew up together. At the very beginning, they were sabotaging me. As they say, they were throwing a stone by saying that you were here last time. So nowadays, they all call you, bro. Could you help me? Could you help me? Because it's kind of hand-written with them, right? So once you get ready for that, you know, English is the key to succeed. As I said right back, you won't have any trouble. So the play that the English plays is, you know, is special. It's special, especially scholars. You know, there are too many people who cannot go forward because of English.
They are.
Yes.
They have some kind of boundaries.
It closes them doors because of English, because they did not you know, devote them time or, you know, do the sacrifices to learn English. I mean, the role that English is playing is something else. People do need English nowadays something compulsory. Yes.
Mr. Nying, is the same question. The role of English in the communication of the world between people whenever they are inside their countries or whenever they go abroad. What is, or what can you tell us about that?
To begin with, I tell you that it is a must for every human being now to have a knowing of this English language.
Okay.
Because as we used to say, English is the key of success.
Okay.
So, and the time has given us, you know, the reason, you know, to conclude that without English, we can talk about any kind of development. Even, you know, great nation, you know, the most powerful one, you know, they focus on this language. You know, they start privileging it because anywhere you go, I mean, at the airport, at the university, you know, market, you know, hospital like this, you know, this language is the only solution at your disposal, I mean, to get what you want to get.
So sorry to cut you short. It is said that, I mean, the best documents, are written in English.
Yes.
So if you need to, I mean, if you need the best documents, you have to be a good English.
Good at English.
You have to be good at English.
And wherever you are,
see, as he said, you know, I was 2 weeks ago. I was in the airport. I was working there, but I was meeting people people who were working there, who work today. They said, you know, man, how did you do to have that level? I say, I did nothing special.
Nothing special.
I just devoted my time.
Yes.
So you realize that they do need it.
Yes.
And they do need it. It means that they are regretting opportunities they could not seize, as he was saying. You see, because working in the airport means that you have your step abroad, one step abroad, right? You see, foreign people. In terms of communication, if you don't master it, okay, you are outside.
You are outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are totally out.
Yes.
So that's what I would like to add. But you can
Yes, you are right. Yes, and something also is to be added into this, I mean, matter or this topic. So I know some of English teachers of natural science, some natural science teachers, you know, and they say that they need, even if, you know, it is a little bit knowing or mastery of English, they need it. Because when they deepen or they want to deepen their studies at university, they, you know, must be in contact with some document that are written in English. So we can say that without any hesitation that English is now, the sinew of any kind of development. You know, it is the motor, of any kind of development. Either we want to stay where we live, either we want to travel. You know, have English in your brain is a matter of, making things easier. Yes, it's very strong as language and very strong as disposal to help people.
And for that, I'm going to give the example of a colleague. You know, I think his name is Mr. Njai. Yeah. Mr. Njai, who used to drive the car. Yeah. I think that he once told us that whenever he was at the university, in a certain level of his studies, even if he was in math department, it was compulsory for them to make efforts in English.
Yeah. Because he was in the bilingual student, where it is required, you see, to be a bilingual. So you teach in French and you teach in English, both of them. Math French, math English. Yes, he was in an international school. Yes, where it is required to be a bilingual. It depends either of the domain or the subject that you teach. Right, you have to be a bilingual. You have to master French and English, because you meet students who understand French only, and those who understand French only English.
Only English. Okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Nying, I stay with you. We are all teachers. At school, we know that there is a problem. I wouldn't say that there is a problem, but there are problems. And as I often say, if there is a problem, I think that there must be a solution. But let us identify first the problem. The problem of the students. We all know that there are some students, it is a very big problem for them to express themselves in English. So according to you, what is the source of this problem, or what is the departing point of this problem?
To my mind, we want to first, we must first, you know, I mean, remove, you know, this confusion. Why I use the word confusion? Because most of the students, instead of focusing on, I mean, the expression, I mean, the fact of manipulating the language or navigating it, they just focus on the mark.
Only.
They put in their brain that having 20 out of 20 is the only solution. You see? And this is a matter of confusing, you know, the fact of, expressing yourself in English and the fact of looking for a good mark. So we must let them know that, you see, it's better, you know, have the possibility to express English than having every time 20 out of 20.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. If there is a company here and they should recruit one of us, you see, if me, every time I have 20 out of 20, but I can't even introduce myself in English, the guys, they want to have.
Yes.
You know, they want to feel like recruiting. But you, even if every time you have 0 out of 20, you see, your marks are bad. But they give you a microphone and they ask you to introduce yourself. When you start speaking English, a good English, they say, yeah, this is a good man. And they trample down all my marks. Because only mark is not sufficient for, for a student to understand a language. And these students must know, or must also know that, you know, understand our speech is very easy. Because we are from, you know.
Yes, in a French-spoken country.
Exactly.
Yes.
But, you know, when, for example, they are supposed to listen to Barack Obama's speech, Michelle Obama, and something like that, I mean, a native speaker, things became harder and harder. So that's for why we can, consider this as a big problem. You see? And also, we, the teachers, you know, we are compelled, we are obliged to change, our way of teaching, you know, in the direction of those students who may think that English is like, you know, something, you know, superficial, yes, difficult,
or supernatural, yes.
And it is not the case.
No.
You know, we all, you know, are Senegalese. You know, as Mr. So said a while ago, some Americans sometimes, or some British, or England, you know, we speak English and they are so nice.
Yes.
They say, how? How come? You as a Senegalese, you stay here and you speak this good English. Yes. That's for why we have many solutions. So it, you know, it's our turn now to let these students to love and try to change their, way of thinking. Considering English like a language that nobody can, you know, understand.
Okay.
You see.
So teachers, you say, teachers have to change.
This is an advocate.
Not completely, but a little bit the way of teaching English in the classroom to make things loved by students.
Exactly.
Because as one guest said here last time, if they don't appreciate what you are doing, there is a problem.
Yes. It's where, you know, the failure starts. We must consider an English language, we the teachers, as a merchandise. Like goods. We must sell it.
Yes.
How to sell it? First, we must charm. Because the language itself is charming. You must charm the student.
Yes.
Let them love. You know
what you are doing.
You must grow love deeply in their, their heart.
Their heart, yes.
You know, the more we do it, the more they,
they are attractive.
They are attractive.
Yes.
You see? And things will be easier. But sometimes we focus more in the word program. Some of teachers, they even say that I have my program.
Yes.
So if I stay here doing anything, I can be convoked by the director or the administrator. They can even, you know, put the blame on me.
Yes.
So this is a matter.
Yes, this is a matter. I'm going to go to Mr. Sow. Mr. Sow, so you, the same question to Mr. Nying, what can you tell us?
I wholeheartedly agree what he was saying in somehow. So we have to be more creative, as he said, but we don't need also to come back what we used to do in the past, the way you've been taught English, the way I've been taught English. So we have to be, we're in the different generation, you see? And then what is difficult also, he mentioned a while back, some students, they just focus on the marks that they need. They need to go in another class and forward this and that. But we have the responsibility also to be more creative, to change the way that we are teaching. So we have tried to captivate, students' attention, to try to, as you said, to charm them, to engage with them. You see, so we don't need to teach anytime grammar. So as teacher also, we need to have our schedule. See, for example, if you have 2 hours or 3 hours in the week, so the first hour you have to do maybe grammar. The next, Wednesday you have to do grammar. Monday you have to do vocabulary. Thursday you have to do, storytelling or games.
Yes.
Or this kind of things.
To allow students to express themselves.
So because when we are talking about a language, it means that speaking.
Yes, for
It means
sure.
that speaking.
Not always
So it's
writing
about
only.
reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So we say speaking is the essential,
Yes.
key.
The key.
You see. So this is why I myself, I used to do hot chair. What is called hot chair with my student?
Okay.
Guess what does it mean? So I call one of them in front of his or
Yes.
the classmate.
Okay.
It might be a girl or a boy.
Oh boy.
So I call him, okay, or I call her. He's gonna be in front of the class, and he or she introduce herself via himself.
Okay.
And then classmate also, they're gonna ask him question. Simple question.
Simple question.
Where did you? How did
Okay.
you write? Where? What? Those kind of questions, and that gives. That motivate the student to deliver what they have in his head,
Yes.
to practice in English.
Yes,
But
of course.
sometimes we teachers sometimes minimize or belittle the knowledge that our students they have, whereas they can help you. All
Yes,
these
of course,
students,
of course.
They can help us when we have classes. So give them the opportunity to express themselves. I myself, I used to point out one of my students, to do classes.
Yes.
To do the classes.
Yes.
For example, passive voice. I know my student is good at passive voice. He can manage the class. I give him hey, go and do the class.
You take the marker.
Yes, I give him the marker and
to go to the board, and you stay
yes,
at the bottom of the class.
At the back of the class, at the back. So when he makes mistakes, we all class. I ask first of all to the classmate, did you mention mistakes in what he's saying or what she said? And they say yes. So what the mistakes? They correct the mistake, and I myself after I involve myself in. So there I try to do with my student. And when it's come to also game also. So we forget about something very essential. Yes. I know a student nowadays, they love fun, they love entertainment. So
they love playing games.
There with that and transfer knowledge with them. For example, we all know our students, they love singing. You see, if you want to do a lesson related to a song, you do it like a song. They will love it. You see, and you do game also. So I myself, I discover my student did love games. You see, did love. They did ask me, so when we do the game, when we do, I said that is a schedule. So today we'll do vocabularies. Tomorrow we'll do game, and the next day we'll do grammar. You have to mix to switch. Wait, but don't focus on grammar also. So also, students, English students, English teachers. I'm sorry, they shouldn't be shy.
Yes,
They shouldn't be shy,
sometimes.
And what we forget also, we have to be at ease, being in the classroom. So, and also we have to have different behaviors. So, mix it up. Whenever you have a lower six, CSM, you have to goddamn age.
Yes,
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean?
To be
as they are.
Yes, of course.
You see?
That is
and
interesting.
if you go to terminal, you have to increase your maturity because they're mature enough.
They are mature. Yes,
You see,
you're
that
right.
makes a difference.
Yes.
So how can you be a teacher and you are with kids and you try to be mean with them? That won't work. You won't.
There
you
will
won't
be a
transfer
different
any
gap.
knowledge.
Yes, there will be a very big gap.
As little as kid as they are, so much so that you can transfer your knowledge. I've been told that by one great teachers in Senegal said, even it deserves to dance in the class, go ahead.
Yes, do it. There is no problem.
Because you're gonna reach on your goal.
Yes.
And that keeps going. I mean, your students might, they will love it.
Yes, they will
You
love
see?
it. They will love it.
That's the way we have to, I mean, to do, the way we have to try to make it things so that we can reach our goal.
Okay.
So this is what I would like to add also. Don't also focus on the syllabus as you said. Grammar. So we used to tell it in our
It's very
cell.
Yes.
Yes. The teachers are complaining about that. Why also grammar?
Yes, modernized. Because things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
But let's take our responsibilities.
Yes.
Because as you said right back, our students, I mean, 10 years later, 20 years later, they're going to point it out as to say, why didn't you learn me how to speak?
Like that, how to speak. Yes,
That's
for
what
sure.
they say.
That is sure. That is
and
sure.
a while back, I was thanking my students because they get my teachers.
My
because
teachers.
They gave me opportunities to express
Myself, yes.
They're going
You
to be
also
thankful and grateful to us
Yes. Yes,
when
for
we
sure.
give them that opportunity. So let's take our responsibility and do what we feel like doing. The
Doing.
way we think is better, so let's do it.
Let's do it. It is something that will make us great.
Yeah.
Very, very great. So the following question I'm going to ask you, because you have both talked about the opportunities, the solutions we can have so that we solve the problem at school. I think that our viewers, students and parents of students, members of administration who are watching us, they have taken note of what you have said. Now, the following question before the penultimate one is, Mr. Nying, we all know that we have new authorities here in Senegal, and it has been decided to start learning English from the elementary school. What do you have as appreciation on that?
I say this policy, because it's very important, to start teaching English, in the primary school, because that can allow, the children to understand, early how important this language is, because everywhere we go, as I said, a while ago, if you want to travel and you don't understand English, so you are, sidewise. So that's for why what the government is planning or willing to do must be appreciated by every Senegalese. Citizens, all one in Amina must join the government. Okay. So, but the government also should motivate, encourage the youth who have their degree, their diploma in English from, Sheikh Anta Job, I don't know, or
from
yes,
any other
universities,
okay.
Wherever they get their degrees,
okay.
They must be encouraged, because we can't talk about teaching English without the youth who get their degree, or they will do what we call a confusion. So, as far as this, policy is concerned, I look forward. I can't help, seeing our leaders, pushing all these youth to this project, because it can be called a project. Yes. Because, let me remind you something very important. Okay. Today is, the second phase of those guys who are willing to become teachers within this primary school, okay. Because they had done the first one, okay. But today is the second one. But after, maybe 3 weeks or 1 month later, they will, give the result. Once they will be ready, if I have some advice to give to them, our leaders, I'm going to tell them that, please don't hesitate and don't, try to put in the mind of those candidates,
okay.
that things are not possible. Because impossibility is not American, as we used to see.
Yes.
You see, it is possible. Because there are there are other people, okay. Who don't believe this possibility. Because they say that children are so young enough, so they can't understand some speech in English. That's for why, as far as me, I am concerned, I believe deeply this possibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so according to you, you think that starting learning English from the elementary school is possible and it is a good policy.
Yes, that can be even a source of development. Because you can notice that as yourself, by yourself, sorry, that when we talk about China, you know, as country, or America as continent, or Japan, everywhere, you see, they start focusing on this kind of project. I mean, you know, posting their youth, getting their knowledge from this language, you know, because they know that, as we have said, you know, a while ago, as a document, or I mean movie, most of time we notice that English is the motto of this thing. Okay. So that's for why promoting English or navigating English in any countries can be a source of development. Okay.
So Mr. South, what do you think about the fact that...
Yeah. I strongly agree with the government. I mean, this initiative that they take. You see, it's good to initiate, I mean, student in the early ages in English. That will help them to be, I mean, a bilingual in a very early age, and also that will help teachers, okay, when they are in the middle school, in the high school. It means that in the elementary school they will master the basic of the languages, and they will be able to express themselves at least when it's I mean, those kind of simple sentences they can do. It's a good thing. However, when you were saying very interesting, they should involve, I mean, what? Yeah, quotation mark. I mean, those who learn English.
Because whenever you say that Mr. Tal is a teacher in the elementary school, and Mr. Tal has been teaching in the elementary school for more than 15 years. And you want I become one day an English teacher. Do you think that it is possible for me? Wouldn't I forget something?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure?
Forget something.
Yes, I think.
It would be better to take someone who is
practicing.
Yes.
Yes.
In English, and then you will confirm him that you know the class or the students. It would be better. But maybe since they are going to be trained, yes, things may change.
Okay. Yes, they may change. Yes, may change. Okay. So now I remind to our viewers and followers that today it is a pleasure to have on this set Mr. Nying and Mr. So, two colleagues, two brothers, and two friends. They are English teachers, and as I said at the very beginning of the show, we have been working together for now 5 years. We know each other. They are very good English teachers, and it is a pleasure to have them on this show. So before I give them the floor to close the show, I want to tell to our viewers and followers that as I told you also at the very beginning of the show, that they are the jury of the bidding unions we organized the last year. And this year also, we are planning to organize them again. The bidding unions is between the schools. Last year, if my mind is good, I think that it was Lycée Limamolai who was the winner. Mr. So? Yes. So now this year also, we are calling all the schools to join us for this bidding unions, so that we can organize them as in the early of January, so that we can have enough time to finish it nicely. So you have just to write us, and we are going to see if it is possible to take you in the competition. It will be a very big pleasure to have you. It will be a very tough competition also between schools, between English clubs. So we are going to ask two schools to set up their English clubs, so that as soon as the beginning of January, we can start the competition. And as I said a moment ago, we are calling also for partners, because we alone, we cannot do all. We need partners so that we can do all the job. So guys, get ready to welcome your competition, the bidding unions, as soon as the beginning of the month of January. So Mr. Nying, I'm going to give you the floor so that you can tell us what is the last word you have. We arrived at the end of the show.
Happy also to take the floor again. So my last word, so I put them just, you know, or I give them just as, I mean, a kind of congratulation in your direction, because if I am given this opportunity, you know, I must seize it. And I am very humbled, very proud, and very glad also to you. So, and I am thanking this, my dean, Mr. So, you know, and I just show you how happy I am. Because it was very important, the debate. I think that the viewers themselves, they can notice how important it is. So I am very happy. So, and I just keep on congratulating you, so Mr. Tad, because it's not very easy to do such a job. You see, want to help. I mean, everybody here, all students, you know, using English language is not a very easy job. It is a very tough one. So, but God is great. You know, as I used to say, you reap what you sow. So you reap very hard thing. So I wish you to reap success, the fruit of your efforts, inshallah, in a very near future, inshallah.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you very much. So do you, Mr. Nying. Mr. So,
yes,
what is the last word?
Delightful, like my colleague, Mr. Nying. Yes, and I really appreciate the good job that you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are very motivated. You're very different from me. I know you're still showing your love that you have from English.
Yes.
And the burning desire that you have from teaching also. There is a way that you are captivated people, you are motivated people. We really thank you for having us today, for giving us that opportunity to share what we have, and also to share our little knowledge that we have from English. And I really want to come back what you were saying about the body units that we were handling last year. And we really need your cooperation to different schools. And we really want them to come in mass to participate. Because it's very helpful. Last year I discovered lots of talents, students with talents from
Gejawai, Birago Job, from CSPA, pedagogue.
And very nice students there, very nice teachers.
Yes, very nice teachers, yes.
I did appreciate the action of the headmaster.
The headmaster of Birago Job, Mr. B.I. Mr. B.I., we are greeting you.
Mr. B.I. Very humble people.
Oh, yes.
Like so we really want all of them to come in mass today, to join us, to do it, and better as we did it last year. And with Mr. Tad.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you for having us today. It was a huge pleasure to be among all of you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Just to precise that this year that will be very different from last year. We are going to be more precise in terms of time, more precise in terms of rhythm of competition, so that we can be followed and watched from everywhere in the world. So thank you very much also following this show. It was a pleasure to present it to you. An appointment is given to you next week with other guests. Thank you very much. Goodbye.